7:15 right now, and a live look at the Ship Canal Bridge, where an accident investigation continues this morning. All lanes of southbound I-5 shut down at the Ship Canal Bridge right now. You see that traffic is getting by through the express lanes. You can also get around it on 99. But what we know right now, 2 cars involved in this crash. It happened just before 5 o'clock this morning. One driver arrested on scene for DUI. The other driver is missing right now, and that's the big question. Where is that second driver?
All right, so we want to bring in Trooper Richard Allen for us this morning on the phone to talk more about this. Trooper, good morning. Are you there?
Good morning. I'm here.
All right, so I guess, you know, Bill kind of went over some of the nuts and bolts of what's going on here, and it sounds like, you know, we are still looking for this missing person at this point. I know that there was dive teams earlier this morning. What do we know? Are we learning anything? Are tipsters phoning in with any information for you guys?
No, unfortunately, since the last time we spoke, any new updates, we're still treating it as thoroughly as we can on the investigative part of it. I know detectives are on scene collecting as much evidence as they can, and then hopefully once they're concluded with that part, we'll be able to get, you know, 1 or 2 lanes open traveling southbound to alleviate some of that traffic. But as far as the outstanding individual, so far we don't have any new information.
Okay, so we see the scene there on the Ship Canal Bridge this morning. Both of those cars ended up on their roof. What can you tell us about the driver that was arrested on scene for DUI? Was that driver injured?
No, not that I'm aware of.
Okay, so do we know how old that driver was? Male, female?
No, unfortunately, at this point, they're you know, processing that individual for the suspicion of DUI charge. I haven't been given any specifics on you know, names, ages, date of births, or anything like that. We're still processing that and really focused on trying to get this other individual found and the freeway back open.
Okay, and obviously I'm sure that is a big concern, of course, for people during this morning commute, is getting the freeway back open. This is a pretty extensive investigation, though. I mean, what's next for troopers in terms of that?
So, yeah, as far as the investigation goes, you know, the individual in custody, he or she will be put through the, I'm unsure of the gender, but will be put through the, you know, DUI process. And as far as the investigation on scene, really, I know detectives are there and they're collecting their evidence. They're going to get, and then once all that evidence is collected, be able to, you know, get tow trucks started and start getting some of that back open. As it sits right now, it's just an active investigation, and we just need to collect as much evidence as possible.
All right, so we are seeing a tow truck on the scene there, and they are trying to right one of the vehicles. One is on its wheels once again, so we're actually seeing some progress on getting that crash cleared. It seems to me that there are 2 possibilities here, Trooper, as to what may have happened to that second driver. Either the driver somehow ended up off the bridge into the water, and that's a big drop, 182 feet, or maybe, you know, walk down to that Roanoke exit that you can see ahead of us there on the Ship Canal Bridge. It's, you know, a couple hundred yards, I guess. Any indication what may have happened? Did anybody see anybody maybe walking in that area after the crash?
So after the crash, we didn't get any sort of indication. From what I understand is we got conflicting reports just prior to the collision that there was an individual walking, and there was, you know, again, conflicting reports that an individual may have gone into the water. So you're absolutely right. For the way I see it, there's not very many options, and an individual could have walked back northbound up to the 45th, southbound to Roanoke or Mercer exits a little bit far, or unfortunately, which we're hoping didn't happen, ended up in the water.
Okay. Trooper Richard Allen, we appreciate it this morning here, and you're taking the time out of your day to talk to us. So we appreciate that, and it sounds like we're going to have you back on in an hour or so to update us again with that information. For our viewers, thank you so much.
Absolutely. Keep you updated the best we can.
Great.
All right, Trooper Richard Allen with Washington State Patrol.